Hello, hello, hello. This is Robin from Roaming with Rover. This is Finish It Friday. And we do not have any finished objects. But we've been working hard this week, so I do have a lot of stuff to show you. So let's just jump right in there. Let's see. What do we have? What do we have? Okay, so let's start with this. This is the Christmas stocking that we're working on, and if you recall, what we are doing with the Christmas stocking is we are learning the knit stitch, which is also called something else. What is it also called? I cannot remember, but the whole point of making this was to learn this stitch. Why can't I remember what it's called? And I don't see the instructions to tell me what it's called. Where's my instructions? Oh, I know. They're in my handy dandy little instruction holder doohickey. This is the Nordic heirloom stocking that I am making. And it is by Brooklyn and Company Handicraft. It's really a pretty, it's a very pretty pattern. It's very well done. It hurts my hands to work it, and it's because of the stitch, which I still cannot remember. Split single crochet, the waistcoat stitch. That's what it is. The waistcoat stitch, which I'm trying to learn how to do. And there's chart work, which is fine. I have no problem with chart work. So I'm learning chart work, not learning chart work. I already know chart work. I'm learning the waistcoat stitch, and I'm learning color changes. And oh, I see another mistake. Dang it. The color changes. Ugh. So I'm done with the green. I have 2 more rows, and I'm done with this section, and then I'll start another section. So I'm getting along. And I just need to have this done by Christmas, so I got plenty of time. I try to do no more than a couple 3 rows at a time when I'm doing this. Switching to this hook, switching to I think this is the Odyssey, the Furls Odyssey with the metal tip. It's much stronger to work with than the acrylic furls. There's no bend in this. That is definitely making this easier, and I'm glad that I did that. So that is making it easier. So when I do work on this, my hand doesn't hurt quite as much. I'm still being very careful not to work very long on this when I am working on it. So we're getting there. We are moving along. So 2 more rows with the red, and then I switch to a green, a couple of rows of a green. So got that done. Or got part of that done. And that will go in this bag so I don't lose it. And I just pick this up and kind of work on this for a little bit when I get tired of working on other projects, or when I get to a good stopping point on the other projects. Okay. So, as you know, I'm doing a knit along, a KAL, K-A-L, and the video for that drops every Sunday morning, and it's 7 o'clock Pacific, and we're really just getting going on that. We are on our second, I believe we are on our second. We're going to be starting our second square. So this was our first square, and she turned out very nice. Isn't it pretty? She turned out very, very nice. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Yes, this was the first square. Turned out very, very nice. They are 6-inch squares, 6 by 6. This one is blocked and ready to go. There are 30 squares in this project, and as we get them finished, we will be blocking them and then connecting them so they are ready to go. When we're done, we've got a finished project. We do not end up with a stack of blocks. So I have added some colors to mine because I think I'm gonna need more blocks, more colors than what I thought to start with. So I've added a gray and a beige, and I think that's gonna look okay because mine are mostly fall colors, and I think that's gonna be fine with those. I don't know. We shall see as we go along. But that's where we are on that. So we finished the first week. That's where we are on those. I'm liking it a lot. So far, the blocks are not a problem. It's very easy stitching so far, not having any problems with the patterns. Any problem that I'm having is keeping my squares in the right size. But I guess it's not that big a deal if it's a little bit. It's just for me. And that's why I don't like squares, I'm trying to keep them sizing, but we'll see. As we block them up, we'll see how that goes. We shall see how that goes. Okay. This project, I'm very proud of this project. This is another knit project. It's like so many knitting projects going on right now. If you recall, I signed up for knitting class and I went in there expecting to do a tube sock because I wanted to learn how to knit the magic loop on the circular needles, do the magic loop. And I went into class and I said, teach me how to knit magic loop. We'll start with a tube sock. And she said, you're doing fine. You don't need to do a tube sock. Let's just do a regular sock. And I went, I can't do a regular sock. I'm not ready. She goes, yes, you are. You can do it. So the pattern is the basic beginner bed sock. Basic beginner bed sock. And we're making a sock. So far I have done the cuff, the leg, the heel flap, which is this part right there, I think. The heel flap, the gusset, which is this part right here. Heel flap, gusset, heel turn, which I'm not sure exactly what that means. And now I'm working on gusset decreases. We had to pick up stitches along this side and along this side. We picked up stitches and now we're working around here. So I'm going in around and I'm making decreases on each side. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm going round and around, making knits and decreases. That's what I'm doing now. And then after we do that, we've got a foot and a toe. And apparently that's all there is to it. And then we do it all over again for the other side. So if you were looking at this mess in real time, this is what it would look like. There's your leg, and this is the heel, and then the foot would come out here. So the foot would come out this way. Foot would come out like that. Pretty cool. I'm making a sock. I'm making a sock. What do you think? I know. So I know there's a problem. And I don't know, I mean, there's no way to fix it that I can tell. But it is what it is. And I have a feeling that it's going to make it unwearable. So those of you that do socks, tell me what you think. I don't think it's going to be wearable. And I'm going to have to be really careful on the second sock. I think the only, let me show you. Okay, so remember I said we had to go along the bottom side here. We had to go along the edge and pick up stitches. Well, when I picked up the stitches, it made this ridge. this very distinct, see, it's even sitting up there. It made that very distinct ridge. And I can't imagine wearing this sock with that very distinct ridge there. See, when I hold it down flat, there's that ridge. So when you wear this sock, you're gonna feel that ridge. Because that's gonna be the heel. Your foot's gonna be in it like this. And you're gonna feel that ridge there. I just know you're going to. The only thing I can think to make it wearable is to maybe turn it inside out. So then, I mean, it's totally, you can tell it's inside out, but then you don't have that ridge rubbing against your foot. Yeah, that feels much better. I mean, there's still, you can still feel the difference there, the different height, but it doesn't feel like that ridge. I don't know. I don't think it's supposed to be like that. You sock people, tell me what you think. I've never seen a sock that has something like that on the inside. I mean, you can really see that. Tell me what you think. Have I totally messed that up? Is it totally, completely unwearable? But I'm still excited about the process. I'm still excited about what I'm learning. Okay, so that's the sock. I expect that's going to be pretty soon. I don't think it's going to take a whole lot longer to finish that up. I'm a heck of a lot farther than I've ever gotten on any of my trying to do a sock before. So there's that. There is that. So the other thing, speaking of messes, a lot of messes this week. I feel like I've got a lot of messes this week. So another knitting thing. This is a whip I'm trying to get finished. This is the Fall Cuddler Chunky Blanket. It's supposed to be easy peasy. And I had gotten, what was I on last time? Row 10 maybe? I don't know. Had gotten a little ways on it. So now I'm on, I had finished the garter edge. I had finished the first section. I had finished this section. And I had started the next section, which is supposed to be, I have this. Okay, so this was stockinette. So row 15 through 18 is stockinette, which is just knit a row, purl a row, knit a row, purl a row. I did that. Sorry. And that was this. So that's how you ended up with this look. And then on the back, it looks like that. Knit a row, purl a row. Okay? Knit, purl, knit, purl. And looks fine. Okay? So we did 4 rows of that. So we finished that. Then we go to the next section, which is the double moss stitch. And we did a row of knit 2, purl 2, and then we did a row of purl 2, knit 2. Okay, well, that gives you this kind of rib stitch. Knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2. That gives you a rib stitch. And then it says, repeat those 2 rows in that order for rows 21 to 42. And that's supposed to give you a double moss stitch. So I'm plugging along, and I write my rows down, and I'm plugging along, and I've done about this much. And I'm like, That's just a rib stitch. That is not giving me any kind of a design except a rib stitch. And so I go online and I look up what a double moss stitch is supposed to look like, and it doesn't look anything like this. Nothing like that. And it's a very bumpy, not that at all. And so I look up the instructions for a double moss stitch, and a double moss stitch is a 4-row repeat. And this is a 2-row repeat. And it clearly says repeat rows 19 and 20 in that order. Repeat rows 19 and 20 in that order. I'm not reading that wrong. I kept thinking I'm reading something wrong. I'm missing something. Rows 19 and 20. Knit 2, purl 2, purl 2, knit 2. So, the instructions are wrong. As far as I can tell, the instructions are wrong. Somebody out here who knows better than me, please tell me if I'm reading these instructions wrong. Knit 2, purl 2, knit 2. Repeat those 2 stitches. And I have done that. And all I'm getting out of this is a rib stitch. So what am I doing wrong here? So I'm going to take the instructions that I found online, and I'm going to do those instructions and see if it does something different. Because this is not doing anything different. I've got an even number of stitches on here, and you start with 7 knits and you end with 7 knits. So I'm not even counting those. Knit 2, purl 2, knit 2. So not happy with that, but I'm not taking it out. I'm not going to worry about it. This is just well, it's supposed to be a little, kind of a little sampler. I'm not even honestly, I'm not even sure what this blanket looks like when it's done. I don't even think I've seen the picture of the thing. Chunky blanket. And I think each little section does look a little different. The next section is a reverse stockingette. And then a garter eyelet section. So yeah, each little section is supposed to look a little different. So I should go online and see what this, oh, it's mama in a stitch. Mama in a stitch. And then you go back to stockingette and then garter again. So it's only 80 rows long. 80, 90, 92 rows long. I should go back and look at her picture. I have not done that. But somebody who knows what they're doing with knitting, please tell me if I'm completely messing this thing up, if I'm completely reading these wrong. What am I missing? What am I missing here? Because I'm just getting ribbing. Which, you know, ribbing is fine, but that's not what this is supposed to be. This is supposed to be a double moss stitch. And everything I've looked up for double moss stitch looks way different than that. So I'm going to follow the double moss stitch pattern that I'm finding online. And just continue on with the number of rows that I'm supposed to be doing. And it started on row 2019. So I started with a knit 2, purl 2. So there is that. So, but I mean, it's getting a little ways. It's getting kind of longish. And in theory, I'm on row 20, I would start row 26 out of, what did I say, 94. So that's a quarter done. That's a quarter done. Not very long for a quarter done. Oh, these little bitty, I don't like little bitty blankets. I want a blanket to cover me up. So then the only other-ish thing that I got going on is I want to do something with this. I showed you guys this in the whip video, and that's this guy. It's completely finished except for turning it into a finished item. And then I got to thinking, I don't need pillows. I like throw pillows. My house is too small for throw pillows. Throw pillows don't work at my house. And then I thought of wall hanging. And I'm like, how do I make this be a wall hanging? And I got to thinking, hold on, I'm gonna make some noise here. Okay, I got to thinking I could take one of these thingies and fold it. Now this one doesn't work because it's not the right size, but I could just do this with a staple gun and staple the ends and the sides like that. Tot it off. And then the side looks nice and the top looks nice. And I, obviously this isn't the right size. Pull it nice and taut and then hang it up. And I think that's all I need to do then to turn this into a wall hanging. I can't think of any other way to deal with this. Do you guys have any ideas? Do you guys have any other ideas on how to turn this into a wall hanging other than putting it onto a canvas like this? I think I've seen people literally take these and just duct tape the back down and hang it that way. I don't know if I love that idea. This is going to take some maneuvering to get it to hang nice. But I do like that. You think this would look okay? It's sure pretty. I love the colors in this thing. And I want to do something with it because it was a lot of work. Do you like that? Okay, let me know. Let me know if you think that's a good way to deal with this, this finished piece. I think it is. I think that's a good way, a fairly easy way, fairly inexpensive way. And then I could have one more with it, finished and hung up and appreciated. And then I think actually I'm going to hang it up in here somewhere. Give this room a little color. And that's it. That's it for this week. I may be starting a new project next week. We'll see. I got a lot going on. Got a lot going on. I sort of think I might get that one sock done. It's the only thing I might possibly get done is that sock. We'll see. That's going to be sort of something I'm really going to focus on is that sock. And probably starting that other new project. We'll see how it goes. Thank you so much for popping in. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next week. Please like, please subscribe. We are just sneaking up on that 2,000 and I really hope that we can make it soon. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.